more the people in school. I kind of told like a good friend of mine who I, confided in, and then she ended up telling, a close friend that she confided in, and it just was like this domino effect. And then eventually, it was like one of those things where it's like we were at the low end of the totem pole. Like it ended up getting up to the top, like the popular kids and like the people who ended up making like the biggest deal about it. And it was just like, okay, really? But they didn't really make a big deal about it until homecoming. I didn't get to go to prom my senior year, but I ended up going my freshman, my sophomore, and my junior year, so I think that made up for it. They just, little whispers, little I just didn't want to hear it. So they were calling me the homecoming whore, the school slut, certain things like that. And my mom, she was very supportive. She was, so I told her about the webcamming. I literally told her about like the day after I signed up and started doing it, because I went out, I knew about it because of some friends, and I was kind of hesitant to, sign up, the whole ID thing and all that, and then I was like, okay, all right, fine. Signed up, and my friend logged in. He was like, oh my God, you're finally on, yay. I was like, yeah, what's up, like, what's going on? And he was like instructing me to do things, and I was like, okay, like, this is kind of weird, but I kind of like someone, like this, like, telling me what to do, but like not in a way that was like, abruptive or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is nice. I like turning him on. This is so, ooh, and I just like got so into it. I didn't really understand the tokens, because, well, who understands that? But then I realized a certain way to, figure it out, and I was like, oh, so a token is 5 cents. Okay. So then I was like, all right, I ended up on chat one day, and this guy just came up and, just kind of like took me into private chat and just talked to me for hours. And then eventually he was like, here's my phone number. I want to talk to you about an opportunity in California and this and that. And I ended up calling him, talking to him for a while, and then the next day was when I was like, okay, like, let's do it. I ended up telling my mom. I was like, that I was on webcam. I was like, Mom, so I started doing this thing. I sit in front of the computer and I make money masturbating. My mom wasn't like, not aware of the fact that, she knew I was very sexually active or knew that I play with toys. She used to work for a company and sell toys. I would go in there and sneak in, take the toys, and then put them back. And it was this whole ordeal. And so I ended up telling her about it, and she was like, okay, cool. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm like, okay, cool. The next day, I'm like, so Mom, remember that site I told you about? She was like, yeah, what about it? I was like, well, this guy wants to fly me to Cali. He's going to pay for everything. He estimated that I'd make like this much. I ended up making like double, and but like the one thing I had to do was the one thing I don't like about this instance, but I never also really grew up with him, is my dad doesn't approve. He disowned me. But I had to do this. I had to go see him one last time because I knew he wouldn't approve. I knew that it wasn't going to be good. So I spent 2 weeks in Indiana, spent some time with my dad, and then I flew like straight to California. And the way he found out, I love my aunts. I love all my aunts, but the one from Chicago who I used to, go and see my dad on the way to, she and I are very close. She's the one who taught me how to go get my nails done, be pampered, and girly girl. And because I was actually a tomboy growing up, I mow lawns like acres, with riding lawnmowers, and play softball and stuff So she was the one who taught me manners and girly girl and all that. And out of all people, she was the one that told my dad. She was the one who told him I'm doing porn. And the way she found out was I posted. I'd kind of like gotten in, realization way back when, social media, do that and this. And so I ended up linking my real Facebook to my fake Facebook to my or Instagram, and then my real Instagram to my fake Facebook, and it was just this like whole thing, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it was up there. I knew I had posted it on accident from Instagram, and I went to like take it off my page, but it wasn't taken off like the notifications or something, so everyone could still see that I had posted this picture on Instagram of my tits, and it was just this like full-on picture. I had tan lines, you could see like everything, and it was just like, oh my gosh, my aunt saw that, she showed it to my dad, or she at least told him. I hope she didn't show him, my goodness. And I was just like, I'm screwed. So he ended up sending a message to my mom, like, how dare, like basically blaming her that I'm a slut, prostitute, whore, all this, like calling me out, his own daughter, like all these names and stuff, and I'm just like, I didn't even go off on him about that and about me. I was like, don't you dare go off on my mother. When I won my very first award at Night Moves for Best Female Performer, some people might even remember this if they have it on video or were there. I thanked my mom. I literally, I thanked her just for allowing me to be who, she is and I am, and just like for her being herself and the way she was, while I was growing up, it allowed me to be who I am today. So it's been great.